Janelle Brown's North Carolina home project, without anchors or sourcing notes, and written in a journalistic narrative style. Janelle Brown, known to millions as one of the stars of the long-running reality series Sister Wives, is entering a bold new chapter in her life, one marked by fresh beginnings, emotional reclamation, and a place to truly call home. Her recent public updates about the construction progress on her North Carolina property reveal more than just bricks and mortar. They signal a transformative moment of healing, vision, and identity. For years, Janelle's residential life was tightly bound to the collective dynamic of her plural marriage with Cody Brown and their sprawling family. Even after stepping away from that relationship, many of her homes and moves were, in her words, shaped by what works for the family as a whole. But now, as she pours concrete footings and plans driveways on the 156-acre parcel she owns with her daughter Maddie and son-in-law Caleb Brush, Janelle is redefining how she wants to live and how she wants to be seen. "This is real tangible progress toward the new chapter in my life," she shared when posting images of early construction work, driveway grading, foundational footers, and cleared land. At 56, she describes this dwelling as the first true home she's ever had. That phrasing, laden with both longing and resolve, signals a deep shift from transience, homes built for convenience or family logistics, to permanence, a dwelling tailored to her vision. The acreage, situated in rural North Carolina, is not just a backdrop, it's part of a broader dream. Janelle, Maddie, and Caleb have already christened their venture Tata Farms, a passion project that reflects their hopes for sustainable living, family roots, and creative legacy. On the land, they plan more than a house. They imagine gardens, barns, chicken coops, pasture, and a quiet memorial to her late son, Garrison Brown, who died by suicide in March 2024. That loss hangs heavy in Janelle's public narrative. In the new layout plan, she and her children have designated portions of the property for a dedicated floral garden and a tribute road named Bob Boulevard. Garrison's first name was Robert. In emotional conversations on Sister Wives, she has expressed how she wants a space that simultaneously honors his memory and offers solace to others grappling with mental health struggles. She speaks of a quiet garden in his name, a place of beauty and remembrance. Janelle's vision for this property is intensely personal. She once confessed that she dreamt of rural life from childhood, of waking up to farmland, nature, and the tangible cycle of seasons. Now, she has the opportunity to shape that reality. But this isn't a blank slate built in isolation. It's a collaboration. Maddie, her devoted daughter, has been a co-visionary. Caleb, her son-in-law, takes on the fixer, the builder, the executor. Together, they map out roads, property divisions, and house placements, sometimes over family dinners or drone imagery. Yet, the emotional terrain has been just as challenging as the physical. Janelle's transition from her life with Cody has been fraught, with legal ambiguities, property disagreements, and the emotional fallout of separation. She's spoken openly about the complexities of a plural marriage dissolution, about finances, about fairness, about boundaries. The move to North Carolina and the farm is neither temporary nor reactionary. It's a deliberate assertion of independence. As construction proceeds, Janelle reflects on the contrast between this project and her previous homes. None were truly hers. Each was influenced, even dominated, by family consensus or accommodating many voices. Some existed as satellite homes, others as extensions of collective vision, not personal. But this one is different. She speaks of floor plans she's chosen, finishes she's selected, light and window placement she has requested. She's building something for herself rather than for many. The emotional significance is tied to place as well as process. In interviews and social media reflections, Janelle recounts the heartbreak of homes she never fully rooted in. She cites moving from Arizona land disputes to Flagstaff conflicts and the tension of communal land projects like Coyote Pass, which once held the family's hopes. Over time, disagreements, cost overruns, and a lack of unified vision turned those dreams into burdens. She now says she saw early on that most in the family didn't really want to live out in the wild as Cody envisioned. Those conflicts contributed to fractures in relationships, a realization now distant, but foundational to her new beginning. In her current phase, Janelle reveals more willingness to accept imperfection and gradual progress. She often notes that what shows now doesn't look like much, but it is. She frames the early work, driveways, basic foundations, clearing as proof that the dream is becoming tangible. Nothing is overly polished yet, much is still raw. But she seems to find beauty in the in-between, in the moment when creation and hope intersect. She also accepts the tension between public expectation and private grief. Her announcements and shared visuals are careful, sometimes celebratory, sometimes quiet. Some days she shares drone footage of cleared rows. Other times, she posts the black screen noting she's gone silent for a bit. Her online audience, fans, critics, longtime followers, watches as she navigates optimism, anxiety, doubt, and momentum. There is, too, an undercurrent of legacy. Janelle speaks of creating more than a home. She imagines a place where her grandchildren might roam, where siblings might visit, where stories can exist in a place of permanence. She sees Tata Farms as more than residence, its heritage, investment, anchor. She longs for roots in land, in trees, in soil. Still, challenges abound. Land development is slow. Permits, septic systems, wells, drainage, zoning, local building codes, rising costs all loom around every update. Janelle, Maddie, and Caleb must navigate these with patience and pragmatism. Construction delays, supply chain issues, weather, labor, all are factors they must contend with. Financially, the project has its burdens. Janelle has publicly addressed the complexity of disentangling from collective finances with her former plural spouse. She's criticized some of Cody's retrospective narratives about helping her buy homes, pointing out that many transactions were never equitable or clear. Now, with fewer financial entanglements, she must balance ambition with sustainability. Building boldly doesn't mean overreaching. She has expressed desire to maintain much of the land as wild habitat, to leave room for nature and less manicured landscaping in some areas. Emotionally, the memory of Garrison both tempers and fuels her. She has said his absence still feels profound. She has noted that building this home is part of moving forward, not away. The memorial garden isn't closure, it's remembrance. She intends not to shrink from grief, but to incorporate it into a space of life. Some days are easier. Some days are harder. She doesn't claim smoothness. But she claims resolve.